Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville. Greg Bakun here. 'Tis the season. Instead of cramming into the family car to hunt for holiday lights, let Minneapolis Trolley Tours do the driving. Join us for the enchanting Merry and Bright Christmas Light Tour, where we glide through a winter wonderland filled with twinkling lights, festive decor, and plenty of holiday cheer. This uplifting experience wraps you into the holiday magic from the comfort of a cozy, festively decorated, climate-controlled trolley. You'll enjoy dazzling light displays, scenic routes only our trolleys can access, and live narration, never pre-recorded, that brings the sights to life. There are multiple photo stops perfect for holiday cards and memory making with family and friends. Before or after the tour, browse the holiday market inside the historic Pillsbury Club, featuring handcrafted gifts, artisan goods, and locally made treasures. The perfect place to find something special for everyone on your list. Tours depart from the Pillsbury Club. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets.
With your AM 950 weather, I'm Brett Johnson. Look for cloudy skies tonight with a low of 6 below, Saturday partly cloudy with a high near 0, and Sunday sunny with a high near 6. Nightingale offers a warm, inviting atmosphere with a full menu of American classics like the famous Nightingale Burger and Fries, Ginger Tamari Chicken Wings, and Duck Pastrami Reuben. They're open daily from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. with a full menu available until midnight. Takeout orders also are welcome. Learn more at nightingalempls.com.
Portions of the following program may be pre-recorded.
The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host, guest, random reptoid, or chupacabra may not necessarily reflect those of AM 950 Radio, its affiliates, or its sponsors. Now, it's time to step into the unknown. There are things people experience but never talk about. A shadow moving in the corner, flickering of the lights, a disembodied voice. We invite you to talk with us. Share your story, share your experience, because this isn't just your story. This is our story. This is GhostBox Radio with Greg Bakun.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And it is Casual Friday here over on GhostBox Radio. Every night we talk about the paranormal, ufology, Bigfoot, and so much more. Thank you very much for bringing in the weekend with us tonight. Hopefully, especially if you're in the Twin Cities in Minnesota, that you are keeping warm. I am looking right now, and in St. Michael, it says that we are at -5 degrees. But if that's not bad enough, it feels like -16 degrees. I mean, at what stage does it matter? I mean, honestly, I mean, it's kind of the same all around. And it's, you know what, I think once you get like to negative anything, it doesn't really matter any longer. Meanwhile, in Eden Prairie, we have Adam joining us tonight, holding down the fort. Hopefully, did you just start some stuff on fire in there just to kind of keep warm or something?
I was going to say, Chad, the owner of this place, has better be glad that I no longer smoke cigarettes and carry a lighter with me, because I would have taken all this scrap paper in here tonight and made a bonfire. I turned up the heat. It's -3 currently, feels like -20 here in EP, and I am feeling all -20 degrees in the studio tonight. It is freezing.
Well, we got some calendars anyway, but so anyway,
I'm still missing the lighter aspect of it. And I was never a Boy Scout, so I can't like start a fire with sticks and a rock or whatever.
Rub stuff together. Yeah, no, I don't know. Joanne says it's really cold up here also. Being in Canada, I can only imagine. And this is January weather, folks. This is not December weather. This is wrong. This is wrong in every conceivable level. Okay, so all wrong. No, I don't like it. enough. I don't like it. I don't want anything more to do with it. And as classic as it is, uh, one of the things that I am known for is barely touching something and have it like explode or just break apart. I mean, that is has been with me my whole life. And this morning I start my truck up early to come into the station, and I just let it go. And there's ice on the windshield, so I'm scraping the ice. I don't know what I did, but I flicked up a one of the windshield wipers, just kind of broke right off. And it didn't completely break off, but let me explain something about me and cars. I know nothing about them, even like the windshield wiper, and I had to go and look to see, how do I put it back on? Can it go back on? And it's on there. It doesn't fly off when you try to use it, so that was a concern. Of course, I don't want to be going down a freeway and trying it off and have it fly into somebody else's car, obviously. But my gosh, this is like, come on, what? I didn't even touch it. What's going on around here? And of course, I'm trying to fix it. I'm outside in shorts and no gloves because I just went out there to start it. And next thing I realized, like, you got to get in. You can't feel your fingers anymore. It's like, what are you doing? Get back in quickly. So that's how that day started. Not great.
Yeah, I've had the windshield wiper thing fly off the wife's car before when we were driving. That's not pleasant. It scares you, and I'm sure it scared the person behind us that it hit, but I know it scared us in the cab of the car.
Well, it's a soft sort of rubber, so maybe it's not horrible if it hits somebody, but we don't want that. That's not what we're going for in the situation. So, no, I was annoyed by that, and that was a great start to the day. Also, I found out that in here where I am right now, my studio, that I now have to actually fight over this chair I'm sitting at with my cat, because I came in last couple days and here she is on having a very enjoyable nap on my chair. And I'm just like, I'm one of those people that if, a cat is on like where I sit on the couch, I'll sit somewhere else. I am one of those people that's how I don't mind. Here's a little bit different. I can't just like, do this from like, over in the corner of the room or something. I do need this chair. And boy, she put on all of the weight to become like this dead body when I'm trying to lift her off the chair today. Just this like what are you, 40 pounds suddenly, and to lift it up is like it's like a bag of wet sand, just like, come on. And she makes all these sounds when she's such a whiner. She's like,
I was gonna be like, did you get the whole Orson Welles meow?
oh yeah, she was, and now she's at my feet. So I don't know if that means she forgives me or she's waiting to make a move, but
Oh,
yeah,
she's just waiting for you to get up so she can take her spot back.
it could be. And hey, maybe we'll get done early today, huh? Well, let's wrap this up in 10 minutes and then she can have her seat back. How about that?
Right on. I'll find some of that roll film music that always plays, and we can play that for a half hour.
I was just gonna say, I sound like Patty had some extras, so you can just
Patty almost knocked us off the air tonight. So
it's like, hey, a triple dose of Patty. So yeah, no, it's been that's fine, and I don't blame her. I mean, this room is comfortable. The rest of the house has its chilly moments in it because that is, because it's, as we established, -5 outside, feeling like -16. So no matter how much heat you're pumping into this place, it's still cold. It's still going to bring in some cold. And I'm just, I'm so excited to see my electricity bill and all that good stuff, my gas bill. Those are going to be great. I'm really
my gas bill is going to be amazing this month. I can't wait.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be. It's going to be. It's unfortunate. Let's just put it that way. It's very unfortunate. Yeah. So that's great. And I don't want to sound like a downer before Christmas. I mean, especially when I don't have any new to you episodes to play over the course of the time that we have between Christmas and New Year's. But this cold like this is kind of a bummer. Am I not wrong? Am I not wrong to say this is more January weather? I mean, I don't remember getting this kind of stuff in December, and I mean the cold, not the snow. Obviously, the snow.
The only time I remember it being this cold in December since I've lived up here was in 2013, when about this time of the year we had a polar vortex that landed over the Twin Cities and sat here until like March.
Couldn't we shoot some missiles at it or something to move it along? My God.
So make it like the Battle of Los Angeles, where we just just constantly shoot. It's an alien. Yeah, it's just a cold alien.
So apparently they're shooting missiles at clouds. Yeah, that's about right.
Old men yell at them. Might as well shoot at them too.
Absolutely. We'll get that firepower going there. No, I just I don't know. That's just kind of unfortunate. I mean, and, I saw some people, friends of mine, and they're sharing pictures of themselves outside, like outside theaters, like tonight and stuff. Like they're living their lives like normal human beings, and I can't get on board with that. I cannot do that. I'm sorry. I just, I mean, let alone we have this, this wonderful program that we're doing tonight. But still, if someone said to me tonight, if I had tonight off and someone's like, hey, we want you want to come out with us, we'll pay, we'll do whatever, I'd be like, no. Quite frankly, I would still, like, we're gonna take you to the best steakhouse in town, do you want to come along? I'd probably be like, no. I don't like cold in any possible way. I just don't.
The only way you would get me out in a night like this, or anytime it hits like really, I would say 10 or less on the thermometer, is if the entire way from the parking garage to the event is all Skyway. That's the only way I would do it.
Yeah. No, I mean that helps. That certainly helps. I don't like it, and I'm sure there's people listening and they're like, well, why do you still live here? I have nowhere to go.
And I was going to be, I've lived in the South, and yeah, we only get 4 good weeks of weather in Minnesota, but, I'd rather deal with Minnesota than, Indiana, where I grew up,
right?
Because we get more ice there than anything else. The snow, at least I can make a snowman out of it.
Well, not in this weather.
No,
I mean,
not this.
You have concrete now for snow. That's my gosh. No, it's just it's something else, and I just no, I actually really do like Minnesota quite a bit. And when we get to summer, and I think there's a lot of nice days out, in Minnesota, and it's enough to kind of forget about these moments. And then when they come around, it's like, oh my gosh. Once again, I don't have snow boots. Once again, I don't have the proper attire for weather like this. I'm 51 years old. When am I going to learn? And I don't. I never do.
And to me, I call it scarring from elementary school, and I was continually losing my beanies and my gloves and all that. So I just don't buy them anymore.
I am actually much better. I have a parka. And I have, and I was really excited. In my parka, there's gloves and earmuffs. And I'm like, wow, look at me. But I don't have boots, and my shoes are falling apart. That's because we get paid so little here at AM 950. No, but I'm just kidding.
Get paid? I'm
not kidding. But it's Friday. Yeah, I just someday I'll take it all a little bit more seriously. Every year I get a little bit more serious about it. Like we talk about like shorts. We're wearing shorts quite a bit, and then I developed this massive cough last year. Like when you breathe, you can hear yourself, and I'm like, that needs a change because that's probably going to become pneumonia. And it's like, no. Now Christina and says currently 6 inches here in Indiana with another storm coming tomorrow. Adam, it's been a blast.
Yeah, you're welcome, Christine. I went ahead and sent all that down your guys' way because, well, I got nothing better to do. The Colts have lost their quarterback, so might as well just send the snow down in the misery.
Not that this is a sports program, but that was a very sad development. I've certainly been rooting for the Colts much more than I've been for the Vikings because it's just like classic Vikings. Okay, and we're gonna get to paranormal, folks. Trust me. Second segment, my good friend Jason Haas, we're gonna be talking about, but Vikings. You have a really good game. It was a really good game last week. Suddenly there's people, and I kid you not, people are like, there's still a chance. There's still a chance for the Super Bowl playoffs, whatever. It's like, God, you people, come on. Just
You know how much help that team needs to get into the playoffs?
well, and we're nothing but patterns over here. The Vikings play a pattern. We play a pattern. The pattern is that we had been eliminated from the playoffs. Then the Vikings show a little bit of life and somehow they're not going to make it, but they're very, very barely in on it. And everyone, that's the pattern, giving us a little bit of hope. And then we play our roles in this pathetic theater of like, people are like, yep, okay, well, this is good. This is our year. No, it's not.
That's because we're Minnesotans and we get into April and we get a couple of nice days and then we get a blizzard. So then we're no longer optimistic after that. So we're just waiting for that blizzard to hit again. So that's why we're Vikings fans are very much like that. It's like one win, we can do it. It's like one nice day before the blizzard hits. We're all going to dig out. No, we're not.
No, we're not. I didn't do a question of the week this week because I want to talk about a couple other things coming up in the second segment today. I want, and if anyone has an opinion on this, I'd like to know what you think about what it is. What I'm talking about here is the continuing drama, and I do call it drama, of the Conjuring House sale. Jason Haas has now been sued over this. We're going to break that down as best as we can. And, I think it's very clear that I do have a bias. I've been trying to say I don't. I think I really do. But I'd be more than happy to hear what other people who think that this is all good. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I am not the type of person that's going to shout anyone down if their opinion is different than mine. That's 3 to 5. And I just want to know because I want to be able to understand, but I do have an opinion. I'm sure you do as well. I also want to talk about a couple other things. We got some folks in the chat that are saying hello. Hello to everybody. Also, feel free to call us 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. Why don't we go ahead and take our first break? When we come back, we're going to be talking about Jason Haas. Are you one of thousands of individuals who know you have psychic abilities but don't know how to tap into your higher self? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who offers classes that can help you reach your goals. Refined Divine holds classes Monday and Thursday at her 2 locations and via Zoom. Classes consist of manifestation, learning psychic abilities, shadow work, and healing trauma. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
This is Psychic Medium Deb. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. Greg Bakun here. 'Tis the season. Instead of cramming into the family car to hunt for holiday lights, let Minneapolis Trolley Tours do the driving. Join us for the enchanting Merry and Bright Christmas Light Tour, where we glide through a winter wonderland filled with twinkling lights, festive decor, and plenty of holiday cheer. This uplifting experience wraps you into the holiday magic from the comfort of a cozy, festively decorated, climate-controlled trolley. You'll enjoy dazzling light displays, scenic routes only our trolleys can access, and live narration. never pre-recorded, that brings the sites to life. There are multiple photo stops perfect for holiday cards and memory making with family and friends. Before or after the tour, browse the holiday market inside the historic Pillsbury Club, featuring handcrafted gifts, artisan goods, and locally made treasures. The perfect place to find something special for everyone on your list. Tours depart from the Pillsbury Club. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets. Greg Bakun here. I've told you about the out-of-the-world roast beef sandwiches at Maverick's Real Roast Beef, but I haven't told you about their Philly steak sandwiches, turkey bacon avocado sandwich, BLT, crispy chicken, fish sandwiches, brisket, or pulled pork. Okay, you get the idea. They make a lot of delicious food to the same standard as their famous roast beef sandwiches, and now I'm starving. I'm going to go to Maverick's Real Roast Beef off Lexington and Roseville, and you need to go too. Check out their menu at mavericksbeef.com.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
And it is Casual Friday here in GhostBox Radio. Thank you very much for joining us in the tundra. I hope everyone had a great week and hope that regardless of the weather and that you are not such an introvert as myself, that you go out, enjoy the weekend, or do whatever you want to do. Before we go any further, I do want to quickly let people know we just had a commercial for a psychic medium, Refined Divine. And I do want to let people know that if you haven't thought about it, that giving like the gift of a reading, giving like gift certificates for whatever that Deb is offering that you may want, or you think that you know someone who would really benefit from it, go over to refineddivinepsychic.com, take a look what they do, and make arrangements to give it as a gift. It's going to be a fantastic gift. I know that there's a lot of people who would probably really enjoy getting a 5-question reading or something like that. I think that would be a really cool idea. And so just go over to refineddivinepsychic.com and just see what you want and then message them. They might even have on their page how to get gift certificates or how to gift a service to somebody. As we're getting closer to Christmas and the rest of the holidays, I think it's worth checking out. I think it'd be a really good idea. Go to refineddivinepsychic.com. I think that'd be really cool. I know that if someone gave me a gift of a reading, I think I would really appreciate that, quite honestly. So I don't know, Adam, what do you think?
The gift of the reading would be a very good idea. And especially the 5 questions one as well. That one I think is probably one of the better values as well, especially if you're an introvert like you or I. You can write down the questions and then she will answer them. Yeah. So, and then from there, that's when you start, okay, now I can make that phone call. Now I can do that Zoom. Now I can go into one of the shops. But it is definitely I call it the starter pack.
Yeah.
The 5-question reading.
Yeah, very much so. And like you said, it's very reasonably priced. So, I know this time of year people are like, well, yeah, I want to give good gifts, but gifts are expensive. Well, this is a good gift that is very reasonable, not expensive at all. And once again, just go over to refineddivinepsychic.com and pick it up. And all it takes is hearing someone that saying, I've always wanted to get a psychic reading, or I like getting readings, or whatever else. And if you listen to the show, you'll hear Deb on here every other week doing readings. She is very accurate. So I think if you got that for someone, they're going to enjoy it. So why don't you go ahead and do so? Now it's that time. It's time. I help Jason Haas buy a house, as we do this every time there's something juicy to talk about here on GhostBox Radio about the Conjuring House and whatnot. And folks, here's the deal. If you think I am completely off in what I'm talking about here, and I try not to be biased, but I think I am. I just don't understand. And what I'm going to read now, to me, makes it very similar to what we always call paranormal drama. It's like nothing is straightforward or clean cut. It doesn't mean, and this is the part that I really want to make very clear here. It doesn't mean when I talk about Jason's role here, this is information that I've picked up. This is something that is not gone to any sort of courts or anything. So anything talking about Jason is, unless it's a fact, it would be just conjecture. So I'm trying to kind of keep that out. But what's been going on is that there is now a lawsuit that was filed in Rhode Island Superior Court by Elizabeth Greenhall, the older sister of the current homeowner of the Conjuring House, Jacqueline Nunez. And the lawsuit names Jason Haas and Julia DeMay, Haas real estate attorney and law firm, and others as defendants. Now, here's the core claims of the lawsuit, okay? The complaint alleges Nunez has experienced serious mental health issues that rendered her incapable of entering into legal agreements, including the one authorizing the sale of the property. And Nunez allegedly signed a limited power of attorney on October 2025, granting Julia DeMay authority over the sale. Greenhall argues this agreement is invalid because of Nunez's alleged incapacity. So, when we're doing the GoFundMe, apparently Haas's real estate attorney already in October 25 was granted authority over the sale. Did you know that, Adam?
No, I did not know about that.
That's interesting, isn't it?
That's very interesting.
The lawsuit claims Domain is aligned with Haas and that they are taking advantage of Nunez's alleged incapacity. Okay. Now, once again, this is all, like it says, alleged. So I'm not saying that this is a fact. This is what the lawsuit is. So I don't want someone to come and be like, you're ripping all over Jason Haas. This is what the lawsuit is. Okay. The complaint states that property is being sold for approximately 1.3 million, which alleges is below fair market value for such a famous and historic attraction. Now you're starting to lose me, okay? You're starting to lose me a little bit on that one. I don't know if I agree with that. I just remember that you had said, and it's really stuck with me, that you had said that if it was so important, why hasn't the state stepped in to make it as like a historic landmark or something like that? They haven't touched it.
Exactly. And what you had just mentioned there, the 1.3 million below market value. Let's go to the Wayback Machine to 10 years ago when the Brady house was being sold in Southern California. And that sold for the market value of the houses in the neighborhood. It didn't get a special price because it was the exterior for the Brady home.
Yes.
So to me, this, as an armchair attorney, I would throw this out.
Well, and I think there is something to that too. I think the 1.3 million is also, and saying that it's undervalued, I consider that to be a perceived value, just like the Brady's. That was in my mind, a perceived value because they think everybody wants to take part in the history of the Brady house. And from what I understand, the Brady house is basically a money pit because it was so expensive on every level that it's just too much to maintain.
Yeah, and what made it even worse is they did this Brady reality show with it to make the interior of the house look like the interior from the show, even though it was a set as opposed to the exterior shots that were done on a B-roll. So that has made that house almost impossible. The one saving grace to anybody who buys a house like the Conjuring house, the Brady house, or the latest one that's also been in controversy, the Breaking Bad house.
Oh, I didn't know about that one.
Yeah. Sell tickets for people to take a picture and there you've made your money back. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Breaking Bad house just went through this in New Mexico, where that sold. The woman who initially had it, basically started, berating people who would come and take pictures until she figured out she can make that into a money-making scheme. And now anybody can go take pictures, hand her $10 and go.
So Nunez's company, and she owned the house, and she had passed over to Julia DeMay the authority over the sale. Her company previously operated the Burlesville property as a paranormal tourism site after purchasing it in 2022 for about $1.5 million. The business later faced regulatory and financial troubles, including a denied entertainment license and mortgage default, which, I like you, I don't understand these things. If there's a mortgage default, why is she still own the house at all?
Yeah.
Like, why is she a part of it? And that was the thing that confused me from early on, because it sounded like that she wasn't, that she had actually lost ownership of the house because of this.
Yeah, because it was initially a bank auction that it was going up on.
Yeah, I don't understand. So Jason Haas has been associated with acquiring the house, and a GoFundMe was launched to help finance the purchase after it was set for foreclosure auction, which was later then canceled, which makes me think that's because of Nunez handing that stuff over to Haas and DeMay. The lawsuit alleges that either a purchase and sale agreement has already been signed or is imminent, there we go, between DeMay and Haas. Haas has disputed the lawsuit claims and indicated confidence in the legality and handling of the transaction. I'm no fan of what's going on overall, but I would have to agree. This is like, how is this? I'm struggling to see how this is really Haas's fault, quite frankly.
It isn't. It seems like it was trying to be a business deal between the couple of parties, and now it's the in-law stepping in, being like, "Whoa, we can make money off of this."
Right, and realizing that, and whatever Nunez's mental capacity is or capability, I don't know. I mean, we don't know, but suddenly that's an issue. I mean, why wasn't that stepped in? Why wasn't that an issue earlier for the family to take care of privately?
Yeah, because you would think if it's going to foreclosure, then Nunez's lawyer had to sign off on it to begin with.
Right. And so the plan always was to dump the house somehow.
Mhm.
And it just really sounds like that this let's see if I can find her name again, Elizabeth Greenhall. It sounds to me she just doesn't want it to go to Jason Haas.
No, she probably wants to keep it within the family because it is a money-making building.
Well, it will be, and that's kind of my disappointment with all of this, because quite frankly, I still don't understand the overt need to, I'm fine if Jason Haas wants to buy this property. Okay, I'm fine with that. That's nothing to do, but that he is savvy enough, and that he's wealthy enough that he doesn't need to do a GoFundMe to raise $300,000 of the money. And I think that's where I'm having a real problem with, is that, he's, apart from Zach Bagans, I would say that he is probably one of the second or third wealthiest of the paranormal television celebrities. And where I still get confused with this whole thing is, I understand, okay, we're going to make it so that people have this opportunity to get the house, and we're getting all these people to do the GoFundMe. At the end of the day, money is still going to be made from this house. And there has not been anything that I have seen, and folks point me in the right direction. I don't know if you hear my cat. She's unhappy about it too. What's happening to any money that's being made? Is there some sort of trust that is being created, some sort of business that's being created? And that's the thing that it just, if I want more transparency is really what I guess I'm looking for. But this lawsuit, and I'm not a lawyer, I'm no Matlock over here. This lawsuit doesn't sound terribly like
it doesn't really sound like something that Jason has to worry about a whole lot. Like you said, it should be thrown out.
Yeah, like I watched Matlock in a bar last night. The sound was turned off, but I got the gist of it.
I know enough now that I can now start doing my own cases, but
this does honestly sound like it's the in-law wanting to come in at the last second, try and save this, what is about to be, and honestly currently is, a big money-making revenue. Now, the issue that I have with this whole thing,
yeah,
and it goes back to what you had stated when this first started. Why don't we pay more attention to whether you're in Minnesota, whether you're in Wisconsin, whether you're in Georgia, whether you're in Fairbanks, Alaska, wherever, putting that time and effort into a local haunt that you can get to, a place that's probably even more historic than this Conjuring house.
You mean this Conjuring house that had about 25 years of zero paranormal activity, according to the people who lived there? And
yeah,
only,
that one. Yeah.
It only started to get paranormal activity when Nunes turned it into a tourist location.
And I'm sure it got a bunch more once those movies were made too.
Once those movies were made. And also, it's like, okay, you have Jason who wants the house. You want Matt Rife. You got Matt Rife who wants the house, who also bought the Warren house. And it's just like, so this is really what it becomes is, this is to me just about as close as you can get to big business owning these historic locations. And goes back to the whole haunt local thing, is that we have a lot of great all over the country that Jason Hawes isn't saying should be saved, therefore people ignore it. I know that sounds harsh, but that's how I feel. It's like he said, that there's a McDonald's that just opened that needs to be saved. People are going to put money into it. They just will blindly follow. Meanwhile, there are paranormal locations that are being sold, like Velisca, to bigger companies, and it's being run like a business that actually paranormal is second to it all. So this is it's to me, it's part of a bigger problem of all paranormal is becoming more like just big business.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not the community I want to be in. Let's just put it that way. It's not what I want to be a part of.
And not just for us living folks who like to go out and do paranormal investigations. How about those who are already passed, who are in those buildings, are now essentially indentured servants? So being like, you must make the chains rattle. You must do this. You must do that. That's essentially what these things are doing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's, and, to be fair, Velisca always had some strange sort of t-shirts that has all the kids' pictures on them and stuff. I mean, that's pretty bad. But then they've also, the new owners, this was the old owners. Now the new owners have taken it a step further and some truly questionable stuff that they're doing over there, and other locations that are owned same way. And like, it's just really tough. It is really tough because like the good locations that you do want to try that aren't local, like I want to try the Lizzie Borden house. That's also now owned by a massive, group of people that charges huge money to get in there. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, I guess that's how this is going. And you have places nearby here, and they don't, they're not getting like the Anderson house. They're not getting, the people only because it's not, Jason Hawes. I don't know. Maybe I'm way off on this, but the whole thing is just it's always drama. Paranormal seems to be only drama these days, and I think that we don't even we really talk about ghosts anymore. We really talk about theory and stuff. We have this stuff that takes away, and I was hoping with the way that Discovery Network really kind of changed travel, stop making shows, maybe we cut that part out of the paranormal community for a while and allow people to investigate. But you have the Sam and Cody's, you have the Matt Rifes, and you still have the Jason Hawes and stuff that they want your attention on them, not on you being able to do your own thing in the paranormal. If anyone disagrees with me, let me know. I'd like to know that. I really would, because I'm failing to see the purpose of what's going on, and I'm failing to see the direction that this field is going, because it's still being led by media and by jump scares and things that only work in their favor, opposed to us trying to figure out this this wonderful paranormal stuff ourselves and figure it out. And instead we have people who just all they want to do is make a dime off of us watching them. I don't know, Adam. What's your thoughts?
I think you're 100% right. It's instead of, the paranormal community, it's the paranormal capitalism community.
Yeah.
Where, you got to make a dollar somewhere, whether you're alive or dead, apparently. And, the thing that gets me is basically we're trying to create the haunted mansion, the home game, with all these giant conglomerates coming in, buying up these could be or could not be haunted locations. And I think a lot of them are just, looking at the date of the house, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But, then you go back to the Anderson house. There are legitimate haunts there. There's legitimate paranormal activities. But hey, you know what? Zach Bagans hasn't been there, so nobody really cares.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and
that is so sad.
And to Becky and the people who own that, they've had celebrities wanting to do events there, and she's just straight up like, that's not what we want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing. It's like, I hope that doesn't stop people from going there, because it hasn't been vetted by, the Jason Haas of the world and stuff. I mean,
hasn't been vetted by the producers of the Travel Channel to say what actually is supposed to happen.
Right. And that she actually takes a stand, and like, if we're doing paranormal, it's going to be local groups. It's
Mm-hmm.
not going to be, these big shows or the big people coming in who, they go from haunted location to haunted location around the state, around the area, because it's more about them going on tour to make money, opposed to these locations being celebrated for their, paranormal roots and also their historic roots as well. I couldn't imagine there's a couple of para celebrities that I know who do this, if they were listening, and I know they don't, that they would have a different opinion than I do, but they're also the ones that are making thousands of dollars a weekend going to these places. And it's like, how much of this is about spirits and how much of this is about your wallet?
Yeah, and the big para-celeb get-togethers for, paranormal investigations, that to me is such a ripoff. You get like 60 people, one para-celeb. The para-celeb does all the investigating, and you and 59 other people just follow them around. It's pointless. It is absolutely pointless.
They all want to see what they do, like these celebrities do, like how they do it is going to be so different than anyone else. And there are some who are very nice and very good. I think about like Mustafa and Brandon Alvis again. But there are many who just, they get off on it. They like that. And it's just, this is, to me, more and more, this is becoming less of what I think this field should be. I want to continue this conversation. I also want to invite you, our dear listeners and viewers. What do you think? Are we off base here? And be honest. It's okay. It's okay to be honest. Unlike other people in the field, I think Adam and I can take different points of view as well. And feel free to call in 952-946-6205, 952-946-6205. We are, it's kind of explosive because we got to keep warm, because it's, a billion degrees below zero. Folks, don't go anywhere. We're going to be back. You're listening to GhostBox Radio on AM 950. Greg Bakun here. 'Tis the season. Instead of cramming into the family car to hunt for holiday lights, let Minneapolis Trolley Tours do the driving. Join us for the enchanting Merry and Bright Christmas Light Tour, where we glide through a winter wonderland filled with twinkling lights, festive decor, and plenty of holiday cheer.
This uplifting experience wraps you into the holiday magic from the comfort of a cozy, festively decorated, climate-controlled trolley. You'll enjoy dazzling light displays, scenic routes only our trolleys can access, and live narration, never pre-recorded, that brings the sights to life. There are multiple photo stops perfect for holiday cards and memory making with family and friends. Before or after the tour, browse the holiday market inside the historic Pillsbury Club, featuring handcrafted gifts, artisan goods, and locally made treasures. The perfect place to find something special for everyone on your list. Tours depart from the Pillsbury Club. Visit MinneapolisTrolleyTours.com for tickets. Greg Bakun here. It's nice to get out of the Twin Cities and take some travel excursion to some great locations. Minnesota has so much to offer, which is why I love traveling down to Wabasha and staying at the historic Anderson House Hotel. Opened in 1856, this beautiful hotel offers comfortable accommodations, has a delicious restaurant, and even a speakeasy in the basement to unwind with a drink. Located next to the Mississippi River and on Main Street, there is a lot of sightseeing and shopping to do too. To get more information, go to theandersonhousehotel.com. Have you ever met someone who not only can help you on a deep spiritual level, but also potentially change your life? Refined Divine is an extremely gifted psychic medium who travels the nation and lives right here in the Midwest. And she offers mediumship, mentorship, house and business parties, energy healing, palm readings, and so much more. Refined Divine has helped thousands, and she can help you.
Hi, this is Psychic Medium Deb. I cannot wait to hear from you. You can go to refineddivinepsychic.com.
Greg Bakun here. Like you, I love good, fresh, delicious food. So I want to tell you about this treasure in Roseville called Maverick's Real Roast Beef. Maverick's has the best roast beef sandwiches I've ever had. Made fresh, every order. Add fries or onion rings dropped in the fryer when ordered, and you have a winning combination. Maverick's Real Roast Beef has a lot more than roast beef, so check out their website, mavericksbeef.com, or check out their restaurant on Lexington in Roseville.
Casual Friday. Casual Friday. Casual Friday on GhostBox Radio.
Wow, we really kind of let it all out tonight, didn't we, Adam? I mean, just really just like boom.
Oh yeah. Tonight was not the night to cross us about a haunted house.
Yeah, well. So a couple things I want to say, for folks that, you're like, well, where do we go then? Well, just want to quickly say, even though it's not ghost paranormal per se, you really want to go to refineddivinepsychic.com, see what they have going on there. Go to Refined Divine on Facebook, like and follow the page. There's always wonderful things going on that she's putting on, her and Dave, or that she's taking part in. There's something tomorrow. Go to the page, and she also has listed out the first about 5 months of different events for next year, for 2026, which is rapidly approaching. I also want to quickly just let people know too, we're talking about the Anderson House. And I'm just asking you all to save the date for January 10th of next year, coming up really, really quick, just under a month away. I'm going to be at the Anderson House Hotel Parafair. They've done it for like 5 years now. And I'm going to be speaking out there. I'm going to have a table. But it's a great way to meet other paranormal investigators. There's also tarot readers, Reiki practitioners, vendors, paranormal research teams. Plus, you get to walk around the historic Anderson House. It's a great opportunity. And this is just one of the examples of how do I get to see places like this? If you're telling me that, we should be supporting these places, how do you do it? This is how you do it. And I just want to tell people, I'm saying this, I'm not making a penny off of this. Okay. Nor do I want to, nor is anybody who's going there, unless there's, putting out for a service or something, which is totally reasonable. But that's my point. And to get into the fair, it's $5. So that's hardly, going to break the bank. And I'm saying it this way because, I just want to kind of have the counterpoint to the argument I'm making about going to paranormal locations, that the local ones, they're great places to go. And very often they're not charging an arm and a leg. And people are like, but the Conjuring House is so historic. Is it though? I mean, it's old. Yeah, it certainly is. But I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great places around, and I guess I just wouldn't want to stop me from going to places nearby just because I feel like some paraceleb told me that we got to save the Conjuring House. That's just my take on it. Everyone, I know you have different takes as well. Though I'm actually a little surprised we haven't really had anyone kind of share their opinion in the comments. And I don't take that as you all agree. I just take that maybe you're frozen. I mean, that is a very real situation right now. Maybe you're frozen. I don't know.
No, they're all sending their complaints to the Adam at am950radio.com email address, and it's fine. I don't go through my email anyway, but feel free.
Yeah, if you want to get me off the air, it's comment at am950radio.com. Let's see here. Jason Haas on the 10th of December, he wrote the following: I truly am so grateful for the support, the well wishes, and to those who have stepped forward with incredibly helpful information. We move forward with full confidence in where we stand, knowing the truth has a way of coming to light in its own time. My family and our legal team sincerely appreciate everything you've all done and your continued trust in us and the process. Okay, well, so they had, like, they pretty much had something in place to buy the house, it sounds like, in October. Yet they have been, and they still are, taking money for the GoFundMe. That seems odd to me a little bit.
It does, unless someone else has come in with a higher bid. And that's why Jason and his realtor attorney are being sued. If that's the only thing I can think of, if he's still collecting money to match whatever other bid that is.
Wouldn't you think that would have been part of the legal with the lawsuit, though?
Could be, unless the other person or other entity of people who have thrown money in on this don't want to be named in the suit.
Well, then it would seem like that counter would come from Elizabeth, like that, like not from her, but someone else has reached out to her.
Yeah, so that could be what it is. Her name, her name and her relationship to Nunez is what's being put into the lawsuit. But whomever the other backer might be, who's got, 2 million instead of 1.3, maybe like, I don't want my name in this, because maybe they understand what the infighting with the para community. For heck, all we know, it could be Grant Wilson ponied up 2 million and he's going up against his old buddy.
You heard it here first. Adam has inside information. Well, and that's the thing too. I'm not naive enough to think that what's going on in October with deal between Nunez and Haas, that's unusual. That's not unusual. I understand that part of thing. Though the thing is that Nunez went after Haas, earlier on over, like, there was a big blow up after she had said stuff about his daughter.
Yeah.
And there was a restraining order put into place. So, there seems to be something there. Now, the finally details periods in 2024 where Nunez was hospitalized for psychiatric care and claims her judgment was impaired. Greenhall says Nunez's condition prevented her from understanding the consequence of the real estate transaction. Then why has none of that been taken away from her well before any of this had happened?
Exactly. You would think that she would have had, because she was making money off the house and living there. I mean, you would think that she would have had an attorney to begin with who would have had the power of attorney to even start this process. But then again, if the bank was foreclosing on it, You would think the bank's lawyers would have had something, would have been involved in these conversations as well.
Just really bizarre. But I mean, I guess that's what, these legal things are. They're always bizarre, right? And
it's never like Law and Order. It's never cut and dry like that.
Well, and the thing is too, is like I said, I'm not a big fan of what Jason Haas is doing here, but I really don't see him as really being the issue here. It seems more like this Elizabeth person, she's not happy about something, because if Nuna's mental situation was a problem the whole time, then that should have been dealt with before even the thought of the sale. Someone would have been brought in as power of attorney or whatever. So
yeah. So where was the sister-in-law during the mental breakdown?
Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness. There's just really like, my gosh, I'm glad this isn't me.
I tell you what, I'm going to win Powerball this week, and then I'll just go in, buy it, and bulldoze it.
Well, I've been saying since the start, that's what I'd love to do. If I had the money, I'd buy it and bulldoze it. There. Boy, we're cruel human beings, you know that? We
I
really
bulldoze it and put up a Starbucks or something.
Right, exactly. Or put up a Conjuring House gift shop or something, just I know it just, I mean, that's I don't know. Hopefully it all gets out, and the thing is that I think if Nunez does have that she has some mental health issues, no one talks about, hopefully she gets those taken care of.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Oh, very much so.
Which, as it happens, for us, it's the end of the day. It goes by so fast when we're blasting on para celebrities. Folks, Monday, I didn't do much shows this week, but Monday we're going to have Joe Prozit on. Tuesday, Moon Girl is going to be doing 2026 predictions, which, if you listened to last year, that was pretty incredible. We're wrapping up here. Next Friday is our final Friday of the year, even though we have a couple shows after that. Everyone stick around. Have a good weekend. Stay warm. We'll see you Monday.
Come see the trained chimp. It's the